Hello and welcome to another exclusive preview and review by me, Alex Belfield, here at celebrityradio.biz, where last year we had over 12 million minutes viewed on YouTube. You can check out all of our hundreds of interviews and reviews at celebrityradio.biz. We're the number one reviewer of theatre and lifestyle in the UK and Las Vegas, and this week we're featuring the floating festivals on cruise ships. Yes, who'd have thought for 4 or 5 days, or in some cases a week, you can get on a ship and see the most incredible acts doing 1, 2 or 3 shows within that period, and you get to see them on a bill of legends. That's the selling point of these festival cruises. You will not get this lineup to do so much stage time within such a short period anywhere else in the world, from what I can see. So for that alone, this is a wonderful experience, especially if you're a fan. There are 3 cruises in 2020. We're going to talk about the Stages cruises from 2019 and 2018. But next year you can see Jane McDonald, you can see the 80s throwback, and you can see Stages again throughout the year. We'll give you all the details of these cruises and pricing too. These events take place on Royal Caribbean ships, and they are of course extraordinary. The rooms are naturally small, cruise ships are by hotel standards, but the food is of course 5-star and the experience is incredible. The downside is you're only on the ship for 4 days. It takes a long time to get on and off, of course, these cruise ships, but once you're there, you're going to have the time of your life. 4 days is not really enough for a cruise, but it's not about that. The experience is about seeing these musicians on a ship, one after the next, with exceptional people that you weren't expecting. For example, on the Stages cruise in October 2019, Joe Pasquale was on board and gave the most fabulous show to a sellout crowd, standing ovations. He ended up adding in an extra show. Who'd have thought you'd have got that on a bill with Alfie Boe and Sheridan Smith and Calabro too? You get 1, 2 or 3 shows from all of these headlining artists. You're never going to see that anywhere else in the world. So within 4 days, you are getting to see, if you're a fan, your artist for the most amount of stage time possible. Of course, there's amazing food 24/7, and you're part of a community that are all on the same page, of course. This is naturally specific to the fans of Jane McDonald, the fans of musical theatre, and the fans of 80s music. So you're all on the same page, which of course is a wonderful experience. So Royal Caribbean, then, one of the most credible and luxurious cruise liners in the world. You're not going to have a problem with your room. You're not going to have a problem with the food. You're not going to have a problem with the service. The theatres are enormous. I mean, it is incredible how big the theatres are on these cruise ships. This is the new rock and roll for show business. They have state-of-the-art sound. You're going to have a lovely time. Calabro were there, sold out, as was Joe Pasquale. Of course, Alfie Boe was a headliner on the 2019 Stages cruise. I mean, this guy is probably the best vocalist we've ever had in the UK ever, and he knocked it dead. They just loved him. Calabro, well, they're not to everyone's taste, certainly not mine, but I know they've got a huge following. And Sheridan Smith, once again, an incredible popularity, and she did the business. People loved her on this cruise. There's the Throwback 80s Festival in 2020. We're going to tell you about that. We're going to tell you about the Jane McDonald cruise too, and the Stages is back for 2020. Headlining is going to be John Barrowman. So let's talk about Jane McDonald. You can sail away with her, one of the biggest stars in the UK at the moment, with her 2 Channel 5 shows, and of course her fantastic sellout theatre career. To see Jane live on this cruise will be an intimate experience. We'll get to her pricing in a moment, but first Stages, and that takes place 27th of September. It's a little bit early. Beverly Knight did it the year before last. This year it was of course Sheridan and Alfie who did an incredible job, along with Calabro. They had added in guests like the West End producer, and of course Joe Pasquale too. Musical theatre cruise starring John Barrowman, Lea Salonga. Ramin will be on, of course, one of the greatest singers ever, John Owen Jones from musical theatre. Incredible legend Bonnie Langford, and Marisha Wallace is on the cruise ship too. The Anthem of the Seas is the cruise for Stages 2020. The pricing is interesting. It is not cheap, but you're going to get an amazing show. The cheapest junior suite is $1,299 each, and you can get as far as the owner's loft suite for just over £4,000. For Jane McDonald, you can sail away with her this coming September from the 20th to the 27th. This is a week's cruise, much better. It's also more expensive, but there you go. £1,499 is the cheapest for that, and £3,000 for a beautiful balcony suite. The Throwback 80s Festival returns from the 1st to the 4th of October. Again, quite short, but it is much cheaper, this one, £719. I can't see listings for the artists on this, but if you like 80s music, I'm sure there will be an incredible list of stars. £3,499 if you want to go in one of the top suites for 4 days. That's the Grand Loft Suite there. So we can't say enough good things about the concept of these floating cruises. You're basically in luxury, getting to see more stage time with any star that you're going to like if you're a fan of them. They are specific to each category. If you like Jane McDonald, you're going to love her cruise because it's all about her. She'll do an audience widths, she'll do live shows, and of course you'll get to hear all of the hits of her career. If you go on the musical theatre ones, you get all the biggest stars of musical theatre like John Barrowman and of course John Owen Jones, and then of course the 80s brings people like Tony Hadley has done it in the past. So you can find out more by going to Floating Festivals, just put it in there, .co.uk. You'll get all your information there, to the Throwback, to Stages, and to Jane McDonald as well. With Royal Caribbean, you can find out more by Googling them. And I hope this has given you an insight into the Floating Festivals for 2020. You've been listening to another preview by me, Alex Belfield, here at celebrityradio.biz, where last year we had over 12 million minutes viewed on YouTube. You can check out all of our hundreds of interviews and reviews at www.celebrityradio.biz. Ta-da.